President left the stadium, and in a statement issued via Twitter, he said, quote, in part, I left today's Colts game because President Trump and I will not dignify any event that disrespects our soldiers, flag, or our national anthem. President Trump, of course, has called for players to stand or be fired for taking a knee.
And I'll tell you what, Jacksonville in Pittsburgh has done a great job of shutting down that Pittsburgh offense, and particularly Jalen Ramsey. You can see him early in this game. We talked about the only touchdown came off this great interception right there, as you can see. And then you can see him again with tackling and disrupting of the ball, dislodging of the ball. And then he breaks up the ball again. He's been covering all over the field, making plays over the field, and consequently, they lead 7-6 at halftime, shutting down that Pittsburgh offense. 3 tackles, 3 passes defense, and the 1 big interception.
Jalen Ramsey is a guy that can make some plays, a young fella stepping up.
Yeah, A.J. Bouye on the other side right now. I'll tell you what, they're giving Pittsburgh all they can handle.
I'll tell you one thing about Cincinnati and Buffalo. It's in a rainstorm. For the most part, both quarterbacks are handling the ball pretty good. Andy Dalton has 1 interception. But this game is going to be a 4-quarter game. It's going to come down to who has the ball last.
I'm excited about Cleveland and the Jets, believe it or not. And it's 3-0 the Jets at halftime, but 2 missed field goals by Cleveland, 2 turnovers in the red zone. Cleveland's been dominating the play, losing 3-0.
I don't believe it.
He's focused only on football.
I don't believe it.
I mean, I think he's getting there.
Hey.
Get ready for our postgame.
Hey.
The Verizon halftime report continues.
Hey.
I'm going to get even.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. Watch live, local, and primetime games with NFL Mobile, only on Verizon.
free agent signing that the Jacksonville Jaguars made this past offseason.
And that's what Mike Tomlin told us on Friday, Kevin. He's kind of the linchpin. I mean, he's been a great addition, so disruptive. I think he spends most of his Sunday afternoon in the opponent's backfield. He's got a quick first step, and you love his size. He's 6'8", 300 pounds, so difficult to move off the ball.
Yeah.
Second down, 3, draw play back. James trying to push a pilot. Look at all the guys trying to bring him down, including Avery Jones. He makes the stop. Among others on that line, a gain of 7 on second down and 3 and a first down to the 48.
Kevin, you talk about how they built this defense. They spent a lot of money. Last year it was on Jackson and Gibson. You look at drafting Jalen Ramsey, Jack, Ngakoue, and then, of course, this year, look what they did in free agency. Calais Campbell, A.J. Bowie, Barry Church. Want to get bigger and faster on defense. I think they've accomplished that in 2 short seasons.
First and 10. Martavis Bryant. Smith-Schuster a block. Jesse James a block, and down the sideline he goes to the 38-yard line. A catch and run at 9 by Martavis Bryant.
You can already see the sense of urgency from this Pittsburgh offense, Kevin. They're getting in and out of the huddle quicker. You see Ben there. He's down up the plays. He's calling them at kind of that little sugar huddle close to the line of scrimmage.
And probably even the most objective view of what he's done, he has not been his sharpest to begin the season, has he, Ben?
I don't think so, Kevin. I think there's a reason for that. I mean, just not having his running back all through training camp, that hurt him a little bit.
Second one here with Bell, hit by Telvin Smith and wrapped up and taken down, losing a yard of the play to the 39.
I think, obviously you look at not having Marcus Gilbert in there the last couple weeks at right tackle. That's hurt. Brian has been slow to get going here through the first month of the season. He missed all of last season. So I just think the timing and the rhythm has been off a little bit in the passing game.
Timeout Jacksonville. I don't think they have the right personnel out there.
No, and that's what happens when you jump the ball. I mean, it makes it more difficult to make substitutions and certainly to dial up some of those pressures on defense.
Look at Doug Marrone. He was the head coach up in Buffalo for a couple of years. Before that, head coach with the Syracuse Orange. Tom Coughlin is in charge of football operations for Jacksonville, keeping Marrone, who was an interim last year when Gus Bradley was let go. Saturday, the best game from the best conference features Auburn heading into Death Valley to battle LSU. The day kicks off with college football, the drive to Atlanta at 2:30 Eastern, followed by college football today. Yesterday, of course, Ole Miss beaten by Auburn 44-23, and LSU won on the road in Gainesville, number 21 Florida falling. LSU winning on the road by 1. There's a look at a Bayou Bengal. Terrific. Leonard Fournette, who said he did not grow up a football fan, which I was surprised.
He didn't watch any football through grade school, high school, even college. So what did you do?
3rd and 2 inside. Antonio Brown wrapped up by Ramsey. Gain of 4. Good for a first down by a couple yards to the Jacksonville 35. Brown.
Just a little slant route from Antonio Brown, and watch this hit from Jalen Ramsey. He hits him right in the face. Could have been helmet-to-helmet contact.
With that Roethlisberger-Brown combination, one of the great quarterback-wide receiver combinations rich in NFL history, not just Steeler history.
Well, they just got a great feel for one another, Kevin, whether it's the double moves or the plays off the scramble, which Ben Roethlisberger has been so effective with over the years.
1st and 10. Brown on the chalk. Ramsey defending, incomplete, inside the 5.
Ramsey has great speed, Kevin, and once he gets speed, he starts using the boundary to his advantage. He doesn't give Antonio Brown any room. He just kind of cuts him off at the pass.
Rich, what was your read on the Brown tantrum on the sideline last week?
Well, it wasn't good. I think it was a bit uncharacteristic, Kevin, for Antonio Brown, and I think it was a distraction that the Steelers took care of early in the week.
2nd down 10. There's a block by Bell. Out of bounds it goes, incomplete. Coverage by Ramsey. Bryant was in the sights of Ben. Flag is down. Couple of them.
Another hard count, Kevin.
Offside.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Defense. Number 97. 5-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
One of the best in the business at changing the snap count up, keeping that defensive line off balance.
What's that sound like, Rich, for a quarterback when he tries to get him off?
Well, it's different for everyone, but you know, you want to really try and draw out some of the cadence. Sit, hut, 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 hut. That's a good job with his voice inflection.
Look 30! Look for son! Hey, dummy!
See, a dummy count. Kevin uses the count early, then he resets the front and changes the play.
That one checking down in 5. Oh, he got a great block on the sideline by Bryant. That opened the door, and he takes it down to the 15 of Jacksonville. Sprint of 15 with the receiver block.
Well, this is one of the best pulling guards in football, Kevin. You look at DeCastro, he's terrific. He gets the kick out. You see Pouncey come around as well. I mean, they're two athletic players. Not a lot of centers in football can move around there and get up on the second level. That's what they do so well. You look at the interior of that offensive line.
First and 10. Pocket crumbling. He's got his receiver at the 5. Smith-Schuster grabbed by Smith. A gain of 11. It's first and goal, Pittsburgh.
Boy, Ben is so good, Kevin, at keeping plays alive and just moving around and sliding in the pocket. I like what they're doing now offensively. This up-tempo approach is really taking the edge a little bit off of this Jacksonville pass rush.
First and goal. Juju Smith-Schuster. And you see Coleman was there. With the incompletion.
Foster wants a penalty. In the worst way. I think Ben just threw that one away, Kevin. That play had no chance from the get-go.
We know this, Rich. When you're down this deep, your options are a little bit limited, aren't they? Just because the geography is different.
Yeah, the field shrinks a little bit. Obviously, the defense doesn't have as much to cover.
Nix in the backfield, second goal at the 5. Bell, good hit by Puzlesny. Read it well. Paul Puzlesny, but there is a gain of 3. They go to the 2. After the last play.
You watch up the top there.
Blake Jackson.
That's what Foster's talking about. He wants the penalty. Boys will be boys sometimes, Kevin. Look at Ben. He is an air traffic control. You just watch him change the play, the communication, the hand signals.
Third and goal at the 2. Roethlisberger for Brown. Incomplete coverage by Boye. And no flag. A.J. Boye.
I don't know what they're trying to get accomplished here, Kevin. They're going to run a double move, but he runs it 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone. I mean, this is almost impossible to complete if you're Ben Roethlisberger. That play, there's not enough space on the field. You've got to run that play from the 10 or even the 8-yard line. But when you're in tight like that, it's a lot to ask of Antonio Brown.
The opening drive, Pittsburgh got a 29-yard field goal, but they were deep in Jacksonville territory, so the defense of the Jaguars held him out then. They've relegated into a field goal here, and that is good from 20, and Pittsburgh takes a lead. Their second today with 8:54 to play in the third on CBS. Rich, the Pittsburgh Steelers today have had 3 red zone possessions. They've only gotten 3 field goals. The Jacksonville defense doing their job.
Well, they make you earn it, Kevin. They sit in those zone covers and they keep the ball in front of them. And it's been a frustrating day for Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers in that part of the field, settling for 3 field goals.
Corey Grant leaves it in the end zone to the 25, 1st and 10. The defense of Jacksonville, 6th in points allowed, number 11 overall. Now in the hands of Blake Bortles. There's a look at that D. Secondary in particular really sharp. That was a 14-play, 73-yard Steeler drive. And now Bortles. His best game was the 4-touchdown pass affair in London, week 3 against Baltimore. 1st and 10. It's Leonard Fournette, can with the block, and from behind he is brought down. Watts allows only a 3-yard gain, the rookie from Wisconsin, to the 27.
Well, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from this Pittsburgh defense. Kevin, them pretty decent job with Fournette. Pressure has been good. They've only given up the 1 touchdown. I mean, you hold Jacksonville to 7 points and not a lot of production. You look at their total yards. It's 118 yards so far today through the first half.
You saw the defensive coordinator, Keith Butler. 2nd down and 7. Coming through for Lee. With the coverage on the play by Artie Burns. It's incomplete. Pressure on Bortles.
This is referred to as a middle dog cross. You see this a lot from this Pittsburgh defense. First linebacker, the second linebacker. What happens is Fournette has to come back around the quarterback and try and make that block. That forces Bortles to step to his left, right into Hayward.
Rich, Bortles is blitzed about as much as any quarterback in football.
They bring a lot of pressure, Kevin, against Blake Bortles. In fact, he's seen more of it than any other quarterback. And over 50% of his attempts this season have been some type of 5-man pressure.
It's 3rd and 7. Ivory was back there. Brought down by Watt. At the 25. Loss of a couple. 2nd sack by the Pittsburgh D this afternoon. Jacksonville sends out their punting unit.
Well, Kevin, we just talked about it. This offense, they haven't handled the blitz very well, and they see a lot of it in over 50% of the snaps.
They had allowed that Jacksonville offensive line just 3 sacks, the fewest in the NFL coming in. 2 today.